Welcome to The Hidden Engineering. Today, we're stripping away the mysticism often found in martial arts to reveal Wing Chun for what it truly is, a sophisticated system of biomechanics. We are deconstructing the science of softness, not as a lack of strength, but as the ultimate expression of structural efficiency.
It starts with the architecture of stillness. The stance isn't just a pose, it's an active state of adduction. By clamping the knees, you create a stable, floating base for your upper body. Notice the pelvic tilt. This kinetic loading straightens your spine, turning your skeleton into a vertical rod that can transfer energy instantly from the ground to your target.
Next, we apply Centerline Theory. In engineering terms, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. By occupying the central axis, you force your opponent to strike from the periphery. While they walk the bow, the long curve, you walk the string, the direct line. This triangulation creates a kill zone in the center while pushing the attacker into the blind side.
To move this fast, we need a software update. Siu Nim Tao, or the little idea, is actually neural reprogramming. The concept of lap nim means moving via intent, firing the brain's motor centers before the muscles even twitch. The goal is to isolate the joints, disconnecting your mental intent from physical tension. When the crown is suspended and the shoulders are sunk, the body moves as a single, frictionless unit.
This brings us to the paradox. In most sports, we tense up to hit hard. But in Wing Chun, a tensed muscle acts as a brake, while a relaxed limb acts as a whip. Think of a balloon. When you compress the structure, you create potential energy. This is the difference between Li, raw muscular strength, and Ging, kinetic shock, the sudden release of stored structural pressure.
Power doesn't come from the arm, it comes from the ground reaction force. The maxim Lik Chong Gerk Jang Song teaches that power originates in the heels. By using your total body mass behind a relaxed limb, you launch force from the floor up. This allows you to hit with the weight of a freight train without telegraphing the move through your shoulders.
When that force meets an attack, we use triangulation. This is structural economy. A triangular guard deflects mass with almost zero effort. Like the bow of a ship cutting through water, the wedge redirects incoming energy to the side rather than trying to stop it head-on. The structure does the work, so your muscles don't have to.
In the second form, Chum Kiu, we introduce torque. By bridging the gap, you turn your opponent's linear attack into a spinning motion. By rotating on an axis, a smaller practitioner can use the leverage of their entire body to uproot and spin a much larger attacker off balance.
If the structure fails, we trigger Biu Jee, emergency protocols, meaning darting fingers. This is the science of recovery. When your center line is lost and the bridge collapses, you utilize elbows and fingers at acute angles to strike from compromised positions and regain control.
The wooden dummy isn't for toughening your hands. It's a calibration tool. Think of it as a physical protractor that corrects your errors in spacing and angle. It creates a feedback loop, training you to operate within a precise spatial zone relative to your opponent.
Finally, we look at the anatomy of a strike. This is the reality of Demak, disrupting the biological machine. By targeting nerve clusters like the carotid artery or solar plexus, you bypass muscular defense. It's about precision engineering. A variance of just 1 centimeter can be the difference between success and failure.
This precision adapted to its environment through a lineage fork. The Ip Man lineage became linear and economical for tight Hong Kong corridors,
while the Pan-Nam/Gulao lineages stayed circular for open mobility.
The apex of this evolution is Nim Lik, or mind force. Here, intent fuses the skeletal structure into a single unit. The result is hydraulic pressure, rather than impact, moving mass with the unstoppable weight of the entire body. Today, these principles find modern adaptation in the MMA cage. The core tenet is be water, using lap sao, pulling hand, and centerline control to set up grappling or clinch entries in a high-intensity context. We conclude with the singing spring, the final synthesis of blueprint and flow. Once the engineering is mastered, courage, power, then technique, the art ceases to be a set of moves and becomes a fluid expression of physics.
Thanks for digging into the past with us today. If you enjoyed this analysis, help us keep the expedition going by hitting like and subscribe. For more lost history and strategic breakdowns, click the video on your screen now. Train hard, study history.